Hi, this is Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about Dune 2. It's an epic film. It's back again from the 2021 prequel, and you gotta see it. It is beautiful, visually superior to a lot of the films that are out there right now, and a must-see for the science fiction fans. All right? Here we go. Hi, this is Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about Dune 2, Part 2, that's right. Now, if you're a science fiction fan, it doesn't matter whether you saw Part 1 or not. This is for you. The big epic film has been awaited for a long time. We have everyone who's back. Timothée Chalamet, he plays our hero. Remember the first picture? And I have to give some spoilers to explain where we're at in the second picture. Remember how they desecrated his family? How they desecrated his people? He's the underdog. And whenever you see a part 2 and there's a sequel, and let's say it's a trilogy, there's always going to be revenge. The underdog always has to come and try to overtake the stronger entity. So here we are. Zendaya, who was his love interest, she really wasn't in the first one that much, if you remember the first one, but you'll see them a little bit more intimate this time, and you see her emerging as a stronger warrior within the fight. If you love music, Hans Zimmer is rocking it back like he always does. He's a veteran musician. A lot of us know him from other feature films. His music is wonderful. You'll enjoy that. And I have to say the direction was good and the editing, because I felt the whole time as if I was engulfed in sand. Yeah, get the sand out of my face. That's what you're gonna see. Yeah, you gotta see it. Because when you see this film, you're gonna say, oh my goodness, there's sand everywhere. But you're gonna feel like it's right there in your lap, right there around you as you look around. You're gonna love this film. Now, for those of you who keep comparing it to Star Wars, I get it. So our main character, Paul, we are not bonded with him like, let's say, we were in Star Wars with Mark Hamill when he played Luke. Yeah, everyone loves that, I know. But remember, Dune never had the big marketing machine behind it like Star Wars did. Especially when George Lucas got involved with all the marketing, and Disney and that whole thing. So Dune has never had that type of marketing behind it. And I think that's why the kids are not bonded, and maybe some of the adults too, as they are to Darth Vader, where you knew the villain, you knew the villain's background to some extent, even though you hated him, but you understood him, Dune 2 has so many big stars. You'll love it, even if you haven't seen the first one, all right? You got Josh Brolin. Everyone loves him from all of the Deadpool and, of course, Thanos, Josh Brolin plays Gurney, and, of course, that's Paul's mentor. So he's playing a good guy this time instead of one of the bad guys, We even see a glimpse of Christopher Walken, which everyone loves. I love to see him play a villain, but he's not in it that long to be that evil. So you're gonna be okay seeing him. Dave Bautista, our beloved Drax, is in there. And do you remember the guy from Elvis? Austin Butler? He's in it too. Austin Butler is like, I've never seen him. Yeah, he's playing evil. I almost didn't know him because they had a lot of makeup on him. Maybe some of that makeup and maybe some of the makeup has been combined with special effects. I'm sure it is. But this movie is a visual delight. If you're a moviegoer and you like science fiction, you will enjoy seeing this huge manifest of art on the big screen. Yeah, it's one to see on the big screen. I don't know if I would wait till it gets to, to DVD or to video. You can, of course. I understand families with their money and things like that. I get it. But if you can, go out and see it in the big screen. There were a lot of people there, more than I thought there would be. So people have been anticipating this film for a long time. You know our girl from Black Widow, Florence Pugh? Florence is in it. Yeah, she plays the Emperor's daughter. She's a gorgeous thing, so no matter what she plays in, all you guys want to see her, I know. And she's a heroine to a lot of women. But in this picture, she plays a small part, but it's substantial. Zendaya's character, Shantae, is deeply entrenched in this movie because we hardly saw her in the other one. And yes, she helps Paul, When we think that maybe, he may not wake up from a coma, he she helps him wake up. She gives him this water, this substance that's a small spoiler. I'm not going to spoil anything else. But she's right by his side in this one. She is wonderful. All right, I love Timothée Chalamet, so I'll say Paul is wonderful too. They don't have the same chemistry as, let's say, Zendaya had with Tom Holland in Spider-Man. I don't feel that, but still it's so cute to see the two together. They're a beautiful looking couple, good looking guys. The whole cast really is good looking, but those two are just Instagram perfect, right? You're gonna see a little anger, a little women competition because Zendaya's character is upset. Our guy Paul is gonna marry the Florence Pugh character. So yeah, there's a problem there. I guess they're gonna have a part 3, I assume. You know, a lot of these big epic films, they are trilogies. So we'll see where it's at, I guess, in a year or two. All right, so when the picture ends, there is a forbearance of a holy war that might be coming in Dune 3, let's say. So think about seeing this one. Like I said, it's not Star Wars. It's not, it doesn't have the same marketing power, but is a beautiful piece of art. I think you'll enjoy it. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Dune 2 easily comes in at a 4. And at another point, if you love the Dune story like there's no tomorrow, right? Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless. Now, some of you are familiar with Dune, but if you're not, just remember it was a 1965 novel by Frank Herbert. Dune is one of the best-selling science fiction novels of all time. I feel like because it didn't have all the marketing behind it that Star Wars has, it didn't get the same attention, and the audience, the mainstream movie audience, is not as familiar and is not as bonded to Dune as they are to the Star Wars movies. And so some of you know the story of Dune. It's set in the future. All of these interplanetary people own these contracts to all of these elements throughout the universe. And a lot of people say, oh, it's spice, what's the big deal? No. This is supposed to enhance life. It makes you live longer. And it increases your ability to think, makes you very smart, you know? So it's very valuable throughout the universe. Remember, the reason why you see so much sand in all the trailers and in the movies and things like that, this planet has no vegetation. That's all they have that's worth anything, allegedly, is this spice, all right? And this is why it's so valuable, and this is why everybody wants it. Now, you must remember this picture came out in 1984, and it did okay, but it wasn't the blockbuster that a lot of people thought it would be. Like, as I said before, I got to go back, like Star Wars and things like that. So largely, it was kind of put aside until it was revived by our director. And he decided he loved the book and the trilogy so much, he wanted to take on this project. And this is what we have, and he did a wonderful job. All right, so I'll tell you what, I'm getting ready to enjoy my weekend. I'm going away for a little trip. I'll see you when I get back next week. In the meantime, enjoy some of our art. We did another art video. It's very short, but beautiful art. Very vibrant, all right? All right, my loves. Villeneuve. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve. I butchered that name, didn't I? What? All right, wait a minute. Let's do it again. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve. The Dune 2 film is directed by Denis Villeneuve. Now, if I screwed up his name, you should be used to it by now. I do that all the time. Denis Villeneuve is the director, and he's wonderful. He makes you feel like you're full of sand. Sand is all around you. Sand is in your hair, your eyes, everywhere. That's a good director. And then also give credit to the editor. This film was so well edited such a big project. The film is 2 hours and 49 minutes, so you're gonna have to just get comfortable, but it is a visual delight. I think you'll enjoy it. Why don't you try it this weekend? All right? Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.